KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Well, section of southbound I-35 shut down this morning. Police working to clear a rollover. Jonathan Cotto joins us live from the scene with the latest.
Plus, would-be thefts target a bank truck for a heist, but end up getting more than they bargained for when guns are pulled on them. We have the details.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City. It is gorgeous out there. Yesterday was a picture-perfect day after a chilly start. Can we expect the same thing today? Mike Osterhage joining us in studio with your full forecast. Good morning. It is 8 o'clock this Sunday, January 30th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. I was so excited to read the temperature, but it's not at the bottom of the screen.
I don't know.
I shall tell you.
Oh, look at that. Mike
Mike will tell
Osterhage.
us in a bit.
Our local thermometer. How goes it?
Actually, it got colder in the past. Yep, because
there it is.
Usually in this situation, the coldest time of the year is right as the sun is coming up because it really hasn't started to heat up the atmosphere yet. And we don't have any wind to deal with. We've got obviously clear skies. We've got very dry air, so that allows the heaviest, coldest air to continue to sink down to the surface. That's why we're now down to 34 degrees here in town. And big warm up, double that. We'll make it up to 69 later on today. Actually, a little bit warmer than yesterday. Just an absolutely spectacular sort of a day. The aquifer yesterday went up 1/10 of a foot. Allergens, mountain cedar moderate. Mold is on the low side. Now, with these cold temperatures, it doesn't take much as far as a puff of a breeze to give us a slight wind chill. These are the actual air temperatures, though, right now. 23 Comfort, 29 Hondo, 26 in Bandera. And there's that, well, maybe in a couple of spots, a little bit of a breeze. So the wind chill is down to 23 right now there in Hondo. As far as these numbers, like 20s, remember those because a lot of folks are going to be seeing those numbers late in the week once this next big front moves through. We're going to talk more about that. But in the meantime, we do have a rain chance to talk about late tonight as well as tomorrow. So that's some really, really good news. Then we'll talk about the really cold stuff coming by the end of the week to bring in the month of February. Sarah, Max?
Thank you, Mike. Happening right now, a large section of I-35 shut down after a rollover crash, the vehicle landing on its roof.
It's a story our Jonathan Cotto has been covering since it happened at 6:30 this morning. He joins us live. So, Jonathan, are parts of I-35 southbound still closed?
That's right, Sarah. In fact, most of that Sunday morning traffic going southbound is here on the access road that you can see right now. And cleanup is still underway here on the main lanes of I-35 southbound, where San Antonio police are responding to the scene of that multiple vehicle crash. Right now, we know at least 4 cars are involved. Information is limited, but we did have an opportunity to speak with the driver of one of those vehicles. Let's take a look at what that scene looked like earlier this morning. Now, that driver of one of the vehicles involved only pulled over on I-35 to help the driver of one of the black sports cars that were involved in this accident or this crash. Now, he was telling me that he pulled over to help him because there was a drunk driver, an allegedly drunk driver on the road that impacted the black car head on. And when he pulled over, a white SUV, the SUV that we see that rolled over, rear-ended him in the process. Now, all that just causing for this pile-up and causing for those major delays this morning. Of course, this is information that we're getting from one of the drivers that were involved in this morning's crash. We know that the alleged drunk driver's vehicle is a red truck that is further down Interstate 35 on the southbound lanes. But of course, again, Max, Sarah, this is all under investigation, and this is information that we were able to receive from one of the drivers involved in the crash. Reporting live from I-35, sending it back to you, Max, Sarah.
Thank you, Jonathan. Also new this morning, investigators searching for 2 men wanted for evading police after, get this, an attempted robbery of an armored bank truck. This is what we know right now. There was a heavy police presence in the 900 block of Bandera Road yesterday just before 10:30 a.m. San Antonio police on the scene telling us guards were unloading the ATM. One of the guards noticed 2 men approaching them with guns. The guards telling police they felt threatened. They took out their own weapons and shot at the suspects. Those suspects firing back then ran off. No money stolen, no injuries reported. Police still working to figure out who exactly the suspects are, trying to figure out where they are.
Well, good news. If you've been waiting to get free N95 masks this weekend, they are available in the San Antonio area. The mass distribution of the masks are part of the Biden administration's plan to help combat the spread of the Omicron variant. Each person is limited to 3 masks. To find out where you can get yours, just head to our website at ksat.com.
Well, schools across the country and across San Antonio, they are facing so many obstacles, mainly trying to teach kids, trying to educate while all overcoming these obstacles, these challenges thrown in by the way of COVID.
So joining us in today's Leading SA segment is Superintendent of Schools for the Southside ISD, Rolando Ramirez. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning. On behalf of Southside ISD, thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for joining us bright and early. So, first and foremost, what impacts are you seeing from our recent surge of COVID in schools?
So these last couple of weeks, it's been a little bit difficult with the surge of the Omicron variant. We've had about 15% of our students out due to a COVID-related issue, whether it was an exposure or a positive case. Also, about 10% of our staff being out. So it brings up issues on coverage, on the remote conferencing that's provided to those students that are at home, with connectivity issues that we've been dealing with. So it creates a little bit of problems, but nothing that we haven't been able to handle so far.
Are you guys also dealing with substitute shortages as well, like we were seeing in a lot of the other districts?
Actually, we haven't, because what we've done is that we have inclusion teachers. These are teachers that team teach with our teachers. So if one of the 2 teachers are out, the other one takes the place of the other teacher. And then we have a district team that also provides coverage in the event that the inclusion teacher and the main teacher are out. So really the use of substitutes have been minimal. So when we do call a substitute, we do have substitutes available.
And what does COVID-19 testing look like at your district? Is there any kind of policy in place, or how do you guys make that happen?
So we do not have a policy in place because we follow the TA guidelines. We can't mandate anybody to get tested or to receive the vaccine. We do have community labs here at our district every Wednesday. The COVID testing is offered to any student, staff member that's interested in taking the testing. It's available at all campuses. We average about a quarter of our students and staff that get tested on a weekly basis. We also have a clinic here on site here at the district that COVID testing is available every single day. To the community, we have also hosted clinics here at the district this coming Saturday. We have AmeriGroup here at the district offering the vaccine, the Moderna, the Pfizer vaccine, and COVID testing for the community. This will be this coming Saturday here at the district.
All right, a lot of availability of vaccines and testing. So I was at the district at the start of the school year. Lots of exciting programs in place, especially the STEAM program. I know a lot of students and staff members excited about that. We also talked about the educational goals back in late August. So is this recent surge in COVID, has that interrupted or derailed the progress you were so optimistic about?
There's interruptions that we've had to deal with a day-to-day basis, but we have a mindset that we're not going to make any excuses. The instruction and learning need to continue. Our STEAM program has been a hit with the community. We've had some fun, relevant activities for our students. This coming week, we partnered up with UTSA. We're doing an excavation right behind high school and our La Soya Middle School, studying the Battle of Medina and bringing up our students from the elementary all the way to the high school to participate in it. It makes learning relevant for our students and fun to see what an archaeologist actually does. Also, we partnered up with UTSA on some future CTE certificates for our high school students, including the possibility of offering a Spanish medical minor at our district, which would be greatly needed in our community.
Very cool. So we know there's a lot of confusion and frustration with the pandemic right now, and families and their students trying to get through the school year. So what would your message be to any parents and students who may be watching?
So we thank our students and parents for their patience, understanding, as we maneuver and navigate through these challenges that are brought up by the pandemic. But our staff have done an amazing job, coming to school every single day and keeping our students safe. So, we're going to have communication. We're going to continue with the communication with our parents on a weekly basis. Also, we host our coffee talks with the superintendent's cabinet, where we have a Facebook Live session with anybody who wants to tune in that has questions for us. So my message to our community is thank you so much, for believing in the school district and buying into what we're trying to do, and to our staff that on a daily basis, they're risking their health coming to work, and they've done an amazing job. And we're looking forward to the end of the year, so when we take those STAR assessments to show what the students have learned this year.
All right, Mr. Ramirez, thank you so much for joining us. Anyone who missed any part of this conversation, went over the full thing, the full conversation in its entirety, just head to KSAT 12 News online throughout the day. Mr. Ramirez, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, time now, just about 8:11, 38 degrees out.
Well, family and community members aren't giving up hope when it comes to finding Lena Keel. That story straight ahead.
And another artist, musical artist, joining Neil Young, trying to boycott Spotify. What she has to say coming up.
Blood donations, bonding donors and receivers, an emotional reunion coming up next.
And a quick live look out of the Alamo City. 38 degrees to start your Sunday morning. Oh my goodness, I almost said Monday.
Get ahead of yourself.
I know.
Let's enjoy Sunday first.
What is your Monday going to look like? We're going to check in with Mike Osterhage in just a few moments.
Did you mean Sunday?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome back. San Antonio police are searching for a woman who was last seen this weekend. So take a look at your screen. The woman is 24-year-old Sabine Hernagel. Police say the last location anyone saw her was Friday near East Park Avenue and McCullough Avenue. That's just north of downtown. She was wearing a brown turtleneck and with patterned slacks. She has a large scar on her left knee and a tattoo on her left bicep. If you've seen her or if you know where she is, you are asked to call the San Antonio Police Department's missing person unit. That number on the top of your screen right there, 210-207-7660.
All right, another search to tell you about, the search for Lena Keel. It continues. These search efforts have been going on for longer than a month already. The 3-year-old last seen on December 20th, and she was last seen at a play area at her family's apartment complex on Fredericksburg Road. Now, SAPD says their investigators remain diligent in the efforts to find Lena following every lead. They're still treating this as a missing persons case, not an abduction. Now, Lena's father and members of the Muslim Children Education and Civic Center believe something more sinister may have happened.
Every passing day, not finding her or having any trace of her back is making this suspicion even stronger.
And I'm expecting from those people, whoever anyone has her, to share that information with the police department or FBI.
Anyone with any information asked to call SAPD's missing persons unit. That number on your screen, 210-207-7660.
A Pleasanton man's life was saved thanks to the Brothers in Arms program. The program is at the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center. It started in San Antonio in 2018. It allows victims of traumatic incidents to get pre-hospital whole blood transfusions. The difference is between life and death for Scott Mussey, who was severely hurt in a farming accident last April. 9 months later, he was able to shake the hand of one of his donors.
As a recipient of that gift of life, that it is something that the person who receives it on the other end is going to be forever changed.
South Texas Blood and Tissue Center is looking for men with type O blood to donate to this program.
All right, time now, 8:17. Mike, it's not really getting any warmer out there. It's 39 degrees.
It's a bit chilly.
This is the cold time of the morning.
Okay.
Like I said, right on a day when we have perfect radiational cooling, as we call it. You got clear skies, very dry air, light wind, and that colder, heavier air continues to settle down to the surface until the sun can start to get high enough to warm things up. So temperatures throughout the rest of the morning between now and noon are just going to be jumping up. We got to jump ahead to tomorrow morning. We are going to have some showers around. It's not going to be anywhere near as cold. Jacket weather, obviously. But allow yourself a little extra time for your morning commute tomorrow because we'll have some of those showers around. Then they are going to be coming to an end probably by about mid-afternoon or so. We're going to make it up to 70 later on tomorrow. Back to this morning, and one of our One of our good friends, Yvonne, took this picture and beautiful sunrise. Yes, indeed, it is. Oh, what a great way to start off a Sunday morning. Thank you very much for that one, Yvonne. And looking off to the east, and you can see nothing but blue skies out there. Absolutely fantastic. Now, there's the dry air that we had upstairs in the atmosphere, that darker shade of gray as this loops back through right in there. And now we're getting a little bit more moisture, so maybe, as I like to describe it, a kind of a milky shade of the sky today, but still it is going to be a sensational day. Get outside and enjoy it. And then that moisture, though, is going to be thickening up. As we go into tonight, we'll have more clouds around here, and overnight and by tomorrow morning, a couple of showers are going to be developing. So that's why I said you're going to allow yourself a little extra time tomorrow morning for getting the kids off to school and heading off to work. And that's going to be going on throughout most of the morning. Maybe a couple of thunderstorms off to the east by mid or early afternoon, say noon, early afternoon, and then that's going to be getting on out of here. And we'll have a little bit of a clearing period then into Tuesday. But then the moisture and the clouds come back in here fairly quickly Tuesday into Wednesday. Wednesday, we will have a few more showers. And again, this is the computer model I was talking about. It kind of paints things in with a broad brush. So it's not like rain everywhere, but just that chance for some rain. And then overnight, yes, as the front moves on through here, we are going to start to see cold enough temperatures that may support a little bit of perhaps some sleet and or some freezing rain, primarily up to the north. And that's going to be in through Thursday morning. So as it looks right now, and this is not going to be a huge event, but just a little bit of some rain, maybe a little bit of mixed sleet or freezing rain, primarily up to the north to start off on Thursday. And that's going to be getting on out of here. Temperatures are going to be dropping down throughout the afternoon on Thursday. So we're probably going to be below freezing here in town for a good 12, maybe 18 hours from probably midday Thursday through about mid-afternoon on Friday, and that's here in San Antonio. So it will be somewhat of an extended freeze, and we are going to see some low temperatures Friday morning as well as then again Saturday morning down in the 20s. So we've got really cold air up to the north, and then this brutally cold stuff up here in Canada, which is going to make another shove down to the south, and so that's what's going to be shoving this very cold air in here, and it does look like it is some of the coldest air that we've seen so far this season. Back to overnight tonight and tomorrow. That's the low that's working its way across here, one of these little cutoff lows. So that's what's going to give us the chance for some rain tomorrow. That then gets out of here. Here's that cold air just kind of pouring down, it's just a heavy air mass coming down here from Canada, and that's the front that's going to be coming through here into Thursday. And then we have another low which is going to develop and maybe give us another chance for some rain by perhaps Monday following week, so a week from tomorrow. 62 degrees today at noon. Sunny skies. Absolutely fantastic day. Maybe a couple of high clouds out there. 69 for a high temperature. Clouds tonight. We'll have a couple of showers that are going to be developing, and then those will continue on into tomorrow. So it will be a wet commute for most of us tomorrow morning. Maybe even a couple of thunderstorms off to the east. 70 for a high temperature. Go up Tuesday, go up Wednesday, 74. Front comes through. Temperatures are pretty much going to be dropping throughout the day. We'll start off about 38, get down to 30 in the afternoon. Couple of, spots for some sleet and or some freezing rain, primarily, northern Bexar County up into the hill country. Not a great chance of rain or precipitation, I should say, as of right now. And then that's going to be clearing on out. So still, 4 days away. We get to kind of, hone in on a little bit more, obviously, as time goes on. But that's the way it's looking right now. But then really cold temperatures Friday morning as well as Saturday morning.
Okay. No need to panic buy.
No.
Okay.
Not pushing the panic button.
No.
But just something to think ahead, pipes, because we're going to be below freezing here down for, good 12 hours or more than that. So, just pipes.
Faucet drip.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Mike Osterhage.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. 822, 39 degrees out.
All right. Another artist is calling out Spotify and leaving the platform. That's next. All right, the drama continues. First it was Neil Young, now it's Joni Mitchell removing her music from Spotify.
So she's telling the public it's because of COVID vaccine misinformation. Joni Mitchell posted her intent to leave Spotify on her own website. She goes on to say she stands, quote, in solidarity with Neil Young and the global scientific and medical communities, end quote.
So last Monday in an open letter, Young stated he was pulling his music from Spotify and the platform didn't waste any time. By Wednesday, all of his music had been removed.
Both Mitchell and Young are specifically calling out Spotify exclusive podcast host Joe Rogan and what is said on the interviews on his podcast. Also on Spotify.
Always something.
Always something. All right. 8:26, 41 degrees. Look at that. We're in the 40s.
Speaking of drama, I love the drama.
I like the football, you like the drama.
Yeah.
So we are together on this story. Will he stay or will he go? Tom Brady reports that he was retiring, but his dad, his agent, and others close to the situation say not so fast. We have the latest.
Millions of Americans are now trying to thaw out after a weekend nor'easter grips the region. The story is coming up next.
Good morning and happy Sunday. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Costa. It is January 30th. I'm laughing because we were just talking about January is my least favorite month. Like, if you were to ask someone, what's your favorite month?
May.
Yeah.
Hard, like
April.
Locked in on May.
Exactly. It's like the fun months. It's like spring, summerish fun things. October's fun.
Well, the temperature, now it's in the 40s, but Mike, you were telling us the radiational cooling got us stuck in the 30s for a minute there.
Yeah, because we got those clear skies, got very, very dry air, and really no wind this morning. And so the heaviest, coldest air continues to settle down to the surface. Usually, somebody explained it to me years ago, it's almost like chocolate milk. If you keep chocolate milk all stirred up, everything's fine. You don't stir it up and you get all the heavier chocolate settling down at the bottom. That's the way it is in the atmosphere. Simple example, but when you have this good radiational cooling, and that's why it continues to cool down even as we go into right after sunrise before the sun can really start to warm things up. Right now we're at 34 degrees out there at the airport. Dew point's 27, so we still have very dry air, and you can see the clear skies and no wind to speak of. Got some 20s, mid-20s in portions of the hill country. These are numbers that most all of us are going to be looking at by the end of the week for low temperatures. More on that is going to be coming up. Slight bit of a breeze in a couple of spots, so we do have some wind chills down to 23 right now at Hondo. And the mountain cedars on the moderate side haven't gotten the updated count yet for today. Mold is low. So today, just gorgeous, upper 60s, double where we started off this morning. And then tonight we're going to start to see some clouds move in here, a few showers overnight, and tomorrow maybe a thunderstorm off to the east. That's going to be ending late in the day, but the morning commute is definitely going to be on the damp side. Warm and low to mid 70s going into Tuesday, Wednesday, then a few showers. Then, yeah, that's all in capital letters. A very strong cold front's going to move through here Wednesday night into Thursday. There may be a little bit of moisture mixing in with that cold air, so we could actually see perhaps a little bit of slight sleet or freezing rain, primarily up to the north. And it's a few days off, but that's how it looks right now. And that would be Thursday morning. Then that will come to an end, but really cold temperatures. Like I said, we're going to be seeing some low temperatures well down into the 20s. Friday morning as well as on Saturday morning. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Sarah, Max.
Thank you, Mike. Well, new this morning, cleanup is still underway on the southbound lanes of I-35 heading towards downtown following a rollover crash.
That crash involving multiple vehicles. Jonathan Cotto has been out there live since 6:30 this morning. Those lanes were actually closed earlier. So, Jonathan, can you give us an update?
That's right, Max. Actually, they were closed earlier. The good news is they're now up and running. Crews were able to quickly clean and clear those southbound lanes. But let's take a look at what the scene looked like just earlier this morning following that frightening crash. We know San Antonio police responded to the section of I-35 southbound between AT&T Center Parkway and Walter Street. That's on the city's east side. Now, right now, we know at least 4 vehicles were involved in the crash. We're waiting to hear from police, but we did have the chance to speak with one of the drivers whose vehicle was rear-ended by the white SUV that rolled over. He tells us it was a drunk driver traveling north on southbound lanes that impacted the black sports car head on. He says he pulled over, put his hazards on, and stepped out of his car to help the driver of the black car. That's when the white SUV impacted his vehicle from behind, causing it to roll over. Now, again, this is information coming from one of the drivers involved in this morning's crash. We are waiting to hear from police, and we asked him if he knew if anybody was hurt. He said yes, but was not able to detail the extent of their injuries. We're going to continue to stay on top of this story and update you as more information is made available. Reporting live from the city's east side, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. Making headlines this morning, millions of Americans in the Northeast are waking up to morning to snow totals ranging from just a few inches close to 3 feet.
Whew.
Yeah.
So the major nor'easter that struck earlier this weekend, it moved out overnight, but not before leaving a huge mess in its wake. ABC's Rob Marciano explains.
This morning, the Northeast reeling after getting battered by an historic winter storm. In Massachusetts, more than 50,000 people without power, now forced to bear unrelenting bitter temperatures without electricity. The nor'easter dumping up to 30 inches of snow in the state's southeast region.
Downtown Boston's getting a good cleaning up.
Boston getting nearly 2 feet.
This is just a ferocious winter storm, and Boston is in the bullseye. Look at these snow drifts. Curtains of snow have been coming down sideways all day long. Visibility at times near zero, and the wind chill's just brutal, well below 0 degrees.
Massive amounts of snow and ice, just one of the many dangers the storm left in its wake. Rising floods surging onto coastal communities. The Cape area getting hammered with over 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. In Nantucket, high waters engulfing these homes. Some residents seen braving the storm by canoe. Those punishing winds and rough waves sweeping water through the island's roads. Overnight, our ABC affiliate WCVB reporting from the flood zone.
Strong winds pulled power lines to the ground, and coastal flooding left roads covered in slush.
The salt water from the floods now freezing over, wrapping cars like this one in ice. Other vehicles throughout the region stranded in the snow. On I-95 in New York, 2 tractor trailers overturned. The storm snarling travel both on the road and in the air. Around 1,300 flights canceled today, adding to the 3,500 cancellations from Saturday. New York, Philadelphia, and Boston, some of the major flight hubs facing the most interruptions.
This is one of the top snowfalls in a 24-hour period in the history of the state of Rhode Island.
The massive cleanup already underway in New Jersey and New York, where the storm hit early Saturday morning. But that bitter cold still here through the weekend.
Officially 23.6 inches falling in a 24-hour period here in Boston. That ties the all-time record. So 2 feet plus drifts. It's quite the dig out, and wind chills hovering around the 0 degree mark today. So 0 melting today, no significant warm up for the next several days. Rob Marciano, ABC News, Boston.
All right, going across the country, a shooting in St. Louis ends with police there investigating now a triple homicide. In all, police say 4 men in their 20s all shot. 3 of them died. A 4th is in critical but stable condition. The St. Louis Police Chief John Hayden said investigators found 2 guns and 50 shell casings on the street outside of where those 3 men were shot and killed. The 4th also shot. Right now, investigators working to figure out the motive of the shooting and who exactly is responsible.
Well, 9 people staying in a hotel are rushed to the hospital suffering from carbon monoxide poisoning. This happened in Ohio. According to reports, 7 of those people are in critical condition. The victims, children and adults. The fire marshal at the scene says the source of the carbon monoxide is not clear, but all 9 people had been in the hotel's pool area. The hotel was evacuated. Authorities are still investigating.
And back here in the Lone Star State, former President Donald Trump in Texas this weekend grabbing attention for saying he may pardon his supporters who took part in the January 6th Capitol riot. So former President Trump making that comment while at a rally in Conroy, Texas. He told the audience if he decides to run for president again and wins, he would, quote, treat those people from January 6th fairly, end quote. Top Texas Republicans used this Houston area rally with former President Donald Trump to cheer on a potential comeback campaign by Trump, showing how much sway he still holds with the state Republicans over a year after leaving office. Now, the former president has not yet announced whether he officially plans on running again in 2024, but he did tease a potential run and has done so for months.
Well, back here at home, the deadline to vote is almost here. If you want to vote in the upcoming primary election and you aren't registered to vote yet, tomorrow, January 31st, is the last day to register. Also, keep in mind the deadline to apply for mail-in ballot is February 18th, Election Day, March 1st.
Also, property owners, listen up because Monday is the last day to pay your 2021 property tax bill. And if you do so on time, you will avoid penalty or interest. To accommodate the public, the Bexar County Tax Assessor's Office will have extended business hours tomorrow at all of its locations. And that also includes curbside drop-offs and, of course, the drive-through option. Payments can also be made online at bear.org/tax, or you can call the number on your screen. That is 1-888-852-3572. Now, if you are not a taxpayer, this does not mean anything to you. The account from an active lawsuit from a prior year will be assessed with an additional 15% attorney collection fee on the 2021 taxes if they're not paid by Monday. If you have any questions, we know there are a lot of information. There's a lot going on, so you can call the tax office. That number on your screen right now, 210-335-2251.
Well, SAWS is warning its customers to be aware of an active robocall scam that's going around. Officials with the company tell us customers are getting calls saying their water will be shut off if they don't press a number and make a payment. The company says their automated messages are only sent out Monday through Friday. So if you're a victim of this scam, you're being asked to call SAWS financial institution to dispute it.
All right, time now, 8:41, 42 degrees out. We're moving up.
Good. I want it to be warm. All right, Tom Brady, Max.
Yeah, so there was a lot of push notifications yesterday saying he's considered arguably the best of all time. He's the best quarterback of all time.
He is. He's the GOAT.
He is the GOAT. Will he come back for a 23rd season? There's a lot that he, his dad, his agent have to say. We're going to explain in just a bit.
The economic forecast for this quarter, it isn't good as it was first predicted. Straight ahead, what one bank is now saying about the economy.
And here at home, we've been talking about through the morning. We started in the 30s. At least it's beautiful out there.
Started at the bottom, now we're here.
Okay, on that note, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back.
Sunday, the president's supreme pick. Will history be made? The senator leading the confirmation, the Republican who can change it all. Is this the lift Biden needs? Plus, Russia's growing threats. Is an invasion imminent? Sunday on ABC's This Week with George.
In business news, Bank of America is warning that the U.S. economy could shrink this quarter. Bank officials are informing their clients that there is a significant risk that could negative growth. The bank now expects U.S. gross domestic product to increase at an annual rate of just 1% this quarter. Initially, the Bank of America was calling for 4% growth during the first 3 months of this year. Disruptions caused by the Omicron variant is a big part of this reason for the down-adjusted economic outlook.
All right, we know a lot of people out there looking for jobs. Well, General Motors is looking to hire a lot of tech support staff members. So the car company, GM, says it plans to hire more than 8,000 new technical staff this year. It's part of the organization's long-term plan to ramp up development of electric vehicles and services driven by software. And I got to say, the electric F-150 coming out, it looks awesome.
Is it pretty?
My ghosts are aged. 40 degrees. Is the electric F-150 pretty?
I can't.
Trucks can be pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've actually seen a picture of it.
It looks pretty good. Actually, yesterday I was driving and I saw an electric Mustang SUV. It was mind-blowing.
Oh, there's a lot going on there.
There was a lot going on, but it was pretty cool.
Which, you know, for the classic car enthusiast, you're like, electric Mustang?
An electric Mustang SUV.
SUV. Don't they have an electric Mustang, though, too?
Yeah.
I think kind of like, okay.
There's a lot going on.
Just leave that alone and take a look at this beautiful picture out there. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's going to be a great day to just get outside. If you're by the water, if you're just in a park later on this afternoon, enjoy it. We got a lot coming up, I should say, throughout the rest of the week. What a glorious start this morning. Nothing but sunshine out there, and obviously nothing is showing up on the satellite picture as of right now. And there's not really a heck of a lot upstream. There is this low right here. This is going to be working its way across the area. This is what's going to give us a chance for some rain, really starting late tonight into tomorrow. We'll start to see more clouds this evening, and then overnight, kind of a wet commute tomorrow morning, and most of the rain should be gone by the mid to late afternoon tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be kind of a damp day, but that's not a bad thing because we obviously desperately need some rain around here. Here's a computer model, and as you can see, the clouds come in tonight, and then we do have that chance for some rain tomorrow. Maybe a couple of thunderstorms, especially off to the east to northeast tomorrow. And again, some of this may straggle in. This model likes to have a few of those showers, the stragglers, left over by late afternoon. But I think most of it should be out of here by the evening drive. Now, Tuesday we'll have a lot of clearing, and then clouds come back in overnight. Rain moves back in here on Wednesday, and it's just going to be right now about a 30% chance for some rain. Then the cold air. Now this is going to be ahead of and along the front as it moves on in here. And it's a doozy of a front as far as temperatures. And yes, this will mix with some of that moisture, a little bit of freezing rain, a little bit of sleet, primarily up to the north. And again, this is still 4 days out, so obviously we're going to be able to hone in a lot closer, but this is what it's looking like as of right now with that slight mix, northern half of Bexar County and then up to the north. I wouldn't do anything as far as any big plans or anything right now, but just to kind of think about it down the road. And then things are going to be, any precipitation is going to be getting on out of here. And then we got the really, really cold temperatures that are going to be settling on in. Now, a lot of people are still, the last time we had some of the mixed precipitation, everybody's a little bit antsy about it, going back to about a year ago. We were below freezing for about 4.5 days. This year, it's going to be 12, 18 hours, maybe a little bit longer than that, staying below freezing in portions of the hill country. Yes, you want to, drip your pipes and watch out for that, but it's not going to be anywhere near that. Of course, we had all the ice and snow, a little bit of light icing possible, and then wind chill temperatures. I mean, temperatures are going to be very cold. We're going to be down to mid-20s here in town Friday morning as well as Saturday morning, but we're not going to have just the ridiculously cold wind chill temperatures like we had around here last year. So it is nothing like what it was last year. Cold weather and a little bit of some light freezing as it looks right now. 62 degrees at noon today. Sunny skies and then a high temperature today up to 69. Absolutely gorgeous day. More clouds tonight. Chance for a couple of showers to move into the area overnight. And tomorrow it's going to be on the damp side. And then 70 degrees, 72 Tuesday, 74 on Wednesday. We'll have showers Wednesday. And then we are going to be getting up to the about the upper or mid 70s on Wednesday, and that big front moves on through here. Obviously, we're going to keep watching for the next couple of days, and really, really cold temperatures in behind that.
Thank you, Mike.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
All right, will he stay or will he go? It's a huge question regarding this man, Tom Brady. A lot of you know him in a Bucs uniform. Others know him in the Patriots uniform. So after 22 seasons, the big question is, whose word do we trust? Apparently, Tom Brady's camp says it's nothing definitive. But Mike Girardi, the NFL Network, says that Tom Brady's dad told him the story is just conjecture. That Tommy, we're going to call him Tommy today, okay. Tommy hasn't made a final decision whether he's going to retire or not. So a local station from Tampa Bay reporting that Tom Brady Sr., Tommy's dad, told them his son is not retiring, but adding that Brady's agent saying that the client is retiring, but in a statement indicated that Brady wasn't ready for the information to be reported. The agent, in part, said, quote, without getting into the accuracy or inaccuracy of what is being reported, Tom will be the first person, the only person to express his plans with complete accuracy, end quote. So he might be retiring, just not yesterday.
Yeah, he wants to do it on his own terms.
Exactly. Understandable. All right. So from the drama of off the field to the drama on the field. Big day today for the NFL. The NFC Championship is going to be decided this evening. I'll say evening because it's 5:30. That's my bedtime. 49ers taking on the Rams. LA favored by 3.5 points. But here's the thing. The Niners, I think, have won the last 6 games, including both the team's regular season matchups. Kickoff set at 5:30, but you don't have to wait that long to watch football because we got Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. That is in Arrowhead, and that is taking place 2 p.m. today. KC is a favorite by, at last check, 7 points, but as people bet, the lines move up and down. So who you got?
The Bengals.
You're going for the Bengals?
Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's
Joey B.
Yeah. I liked him at LSU.
Okay.
Hometown boy for his. I like that thing. I like that whole thing.
I'm going Pat Mahomes. Mike, who you got?
I'm going Rams because Stafford. So many years he was doing really good for the Lions. So.
All right. There you go.
Thanks, Mike.
8:52, 40 degrees out.
We'll be right back.
All right, we got 11 seconds left. So, Mike, what do we need to know?
Spectacular day and getting up into the upper 60s.
Nice.
Wet commute tomorrow, too.
Thank you for joining us. Have a great Sunday.